Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up in their names, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about Meta. Yes, that's right, Meta, also known as Facebook. I remember back in the day when we used to be on Kick, AOL, MySpace. Then we got to Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Snapchat was falling off the face of the planet Earth until I went to college and I saw people from different states, different countries using Snapchat, and that got me a little ingratiated in that. And so I then ended up using Meta, Instagram, and Snapchat as a means of communicating with people all around the world. And they also have WhatsApp and other things for my family back home in Nigeria, as well as other parts of the world as well. And now we even have something called TikTok, where TikTok has amassed an amazing following globally. But here's the thing, now I want to talk about Meta today because Meta has hit a new milestone where they attract 400 million monthly users. So how does that affect society? How does that really start to move the needle? Well, 400 million active users on Meta means that Meta can make a lot of money. And not only that, they can continue to fund their innovations in the meta world space. That is why they changed their name. They're going full force into this meta space. And although it started off really rocky because they wanted to show you exactly what was going on in real time, I do believe that Meta will get to a place where they're really going to make an augmented reality. And so for me, they may not fit the timeline that they wanted to, because just pouring money into something doesn't always mean that is going to be this big success. Sometimes you need to just invest in what is going to hit, and it might be a smaller company that makes it happen, or Meta may have to buy a company to make this happen. But ultimately, as long as they stay the course, they'll eventually reap the rewards. It's going to click in the heads and the minds of all these smart, intelligent human beings, as long as they're not just trying to stick to the same course. If you rear off just a little bit, that's when you find gold. And so, you know, as I used to do a lot of research as a biologist, I used to love studying the human body, looking at chromosomes, abnormalities, and things of that nature. And so when I focused deep into the structure of the human body, their chromosome makeup, and why somebody might form a certain kind of cognitive disability, or why someone was born with less understanding, less the ability to not reproduce, or whatever the case may be. All of those things were very intriguing and interesting to me. And so I loved to research new things, not necessarily things that are already concrete and into stone. Like making aspirin was not appealing to me, right? We all know, well, at least biologists know how to make aspirin, right? And so it's so easy to make. That did not excite me. If you just mass reproduce aspirin, that was not exciting to me. But if you figured out a way to cure AIDS or HIV, now that's exciting. That's the type of research that I can really dive into and really say, okay, we're making a difference in the world, and I'm ready to hone in on this and make some changes, right? And so cultivating bacteria, testing different samples, and putting different things together like white blood cells or blood transfusions to truly understand what is going to make this work, what's going to make this grow, what is going to make that subside. That was exciting to me. And to be honest, I feel like America has more answers than they lead on. There's so many cures to certain things that we're medicating to death, that I truly believe answers are already there for, because it is so simple to continue to create white blood cells. The only problem is whether or not it attacks the healthy cells within your body. But let me not veer too far off from the past. Today we're talking about Meta and why I believe they will make groundbreaking research, because there's people like me who are willing to be excited about something new. They're excited about creating change. They're excited about doing something that has not been done before. And so even as others create a product similar to what Meta has already broadcasted and put out there, Meta is then able to adapt. They're able to take keynotes, they're able to take key features, they're able to understand certain data, right? As long as it's not patented, they're able to understand how they can incorporate that into their own makeup and make something happen. So I believe it was, I'm going to go back a year because I'm always off by about a year. I believe it was about 2022 when Meta said that they were going to change their name to Meta. Quote me if I'm wrong. Hit me in the comment section down below and let me know if it was 2022 or 2023. I believe it was 2022. So Meta stated that in 10 years' time, they're going to have a virtual reality in which you might as well just have your Zoom calls virtually. You might as well just do everything from home, right? Work from home, do everything from home. And so we're getting to a point in time where it's really going to be hard to find people outside, because you can literally do everything online. I'm talking about clubbing. I'm talking about parties, events, hosting. I'm talking about socializing. All of that can be done with your friends. And if you can have your best friend across the world and still be able to communicate with them as if you're in person, what is the point of leaving the comfort of your house with everything that's going on, the chaos within this world, right? And so that's just one component that will make Meta a lot of money. But Meta is truly trying to be innovative because they're already so cash heavy. Truth be told, they can still make tons of money following a Google strategy, which is just continue to get ad revenue, continue to market effectively, continue to find new ways to brand and to entice people and to keep people engaged on their platform, right? And while they're doing that, they're also trying to innovate and create new products. And to me, that just goes to show that they're not only trying to make money on the front end, but also on the back end. They're investing in themselves millions and billions of dollars. They offered one software engineer $250 million in order to join their company. And although that engineer declined that offer because he had his own business to run and did not want to rely on shares from a different company, $250 million is a lot to pass up. And that's being passed up right now, but that is what Meta is willing to offer for good talent right now in order to ensure that the businesses that they're interested in, the business that they're interested in pushing forward to the masses, this augmented space, this virtual reality comes to fruition. And so I'm super excited about the future, super excited about the stock in general. I'm not telling anyone to buy a certain stock, but Meta has made me 10 times what I've invested in it already. And it's not even about the investment, because I knew it was going to hit. And I still remember talking to a few people back then. I still have some videos on Meta. If you look at my previous videos, when I was saying Meta is going to do wonders for anybody in their 20s and in their 30s who is looking to invest in that. Even if you're in your 40s now, by the time you retire, Meta is just going to be so good because it's so far ahead of everything else. And at least that's right now, and that may be next year and the year after. I can't speak about 3 years down the line, because there are so many people who grew up on Disney stock, and now look what Disney stock is, right? There are people I know who personally went to college off of Disney stock because their parents bought Disney stock when they were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, and when they turned 18, they just sold it and sent their kids to college. That was beautiful. But guess what? Now Disney is not what it used to be just 5 years later. So that was a great college plan until college ended. And now guess what? Like, it's time to pivot. It's time to move on. And so I say all that to say I'm excited because 400 million users is a lot of eyeballs. That's a lot of advertising revenue. And so that's going to lead to a lot of capital that Meta can then use to go and get talent. The only thing I don't want them to do is to get too complacent. Because you have so much money does not mean that you just throw things and hope it sticks. Make sure you're being diligent with your finances. Be a good steward of your finances so that you can then invest properly and effectively and ensure that work is getting done. You got to make sure that people are actually getting things done and not just being paid. Do you understand? Like, they got to be working towards something every single day. And that's what I've seen in Tesla, because Elon has run a tight ship with Tesla. Let's keep that 100. Like, we know people have been getting laid off. We know that people get fired and rehired. We know that it is about production when it comes to Tesla. It's about speed. It's about scale. It's about safety. Well, I don't know if it's about safety, but I haven't seen any buildings come crashing down. Quote me if I'm wrong. So I want to see that same drive in other businesses. Google has led with an iron fist here recently. It used to be one of, Silicon Valley's most favorable companies to join, and probably still is. But with the massive layoffs that have come out of these tech companies, right, they're running leaner, running smoother. They're trying to make sure that they're at the forefront and that they're showing progress. That's what I like about traded companies, because they have to always prove themselves. And so it's time that Tesla proves themselves. It was nice to hear 400 million monthly subscribers, monthly users, but now what are we doing in order to push the envelope forward? What are we doing in order to move forward into the future, right? How are others going to start to feel like they need your product in order to really socialize and really start to get ahead? Because I personally have not bought those Meta glasses yet. I just seen something on T-Mobile Tuesdays where you can get those glasses with 0% financing. I don't know yet if it's worth it, and I might do a video on it here soon, because it is 2025 and I expect there to be better improvements, better, visuals. And so I have not been impressed by what looked like Wii figure characters. If you ever had that Wii console, those are like Wii characters that are walking around. You want to see something a little bit more virtual reality at this point in time. Like, I want to see something that I haven't seen before from Meta. And so hopefully they're working on getting it there. I know that's a lot of data. I know that's a lot of power, a lot of bandwidth that is going to be needed in order to make something like that happen. But that's exactly what we're looking for now. And so if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you want to see out of Meta. And hit me up in the comment section down below. If you like this video, again, leave your boy a like, because I do work hard for this, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace.